It was a spectacular performance by the Gambia Armed Forces Republican National Guards of the Fajara Barracks. The 178 gallant men and women in uniform recently received promotions in a colorful ceremony attended by comrades and families. 50 of them were elevated to the rank of a lance corporal, 64 to corporal, 39 to the rank of sergeant, 10 to staff sergeant, 10 to 002, and 5 to 001. Lieutenant Colonel Babukar Sanyang is the commanding officer of the Republican National Guard for Fajara Barracks. In a nutshell, his lengthy speech was purposely intended to remind the elevated soldiers and officers that to whom much is given, much is expected. He urged them to use the opportunity to continue to contribute meaningfully in the maintenance of peace and stability of this nation, and in particular the Gambia Armed Forces.
I hope that you will use these ranks in contributing meaningfully well in the services of our motherland, the Gambia, our homeland. Moving in a stage further in your army career, or moving from one rank to another in the army, should challenge you to make a lot more research. This is simply because you will often find yourself in much complicated situations, and where those you senior will look up to you for a way out, and that is based on the trust they have on you, and in fact that is why the command promoted you to the rank you earned and giving you the responsibility to carry out. Remember, those are moments you need to make a decision, and sometimes within a split of a second.
The promoted men and women, said Lieutenant Colonel Sanyang, should henceforth be more committed to duty, a challenge he said they should live to overcome at all times. The Gambia Armed Forces in recent times witnessed mass promotions. Brigadier General Amin Bojang, Chief of Army Staff, explains the rationale behind the move.
Promotions in the Gambia Armed Forces today is different from it used to be. You are all aware that the Gambia Armed Forces, under the leadership of Masane, our CDS is expanding. If you observe closely the decorations this year, or the promotions this year, it's more than any other time that you can think of. This is not done by accident. There is a purpose, and I will share that with you. The Gambia Armed Forces is expanding. We are measuring our length and our expansion to professional armies around the globe.
Brigadier General Lamin Bojang urged the elevated soldiers and officers to always use discipline as a tool in the execution of their duties for the sovereignty of this nation.
Usman Suleiman Baji, I want to say congratulations to those of you who are receiving your promotions today. The much that is expected from you is what has been alluded to by your commanding officer. What I want to see is to dissect that a little for you to understand exactly what is that much that is expected from each and every one of you. You are given a rank, a new rank. Corporal Tamba, you are no more a lance corporal. Lance Corporal Nyaks, you are no more a private. Owan Jata, you are no more O2. You are given additional responsibilities. And these additional responsibilities, the instrument for you to be able to accomplish and achieve them is to maintain total discipline. This is what is required from each and every one of you. That is what is the much that is expected from each and every one of you. When you come late to work, the soldiers that are under you will come late to work.
Meanwhile, His Excellency Sheikh Professor Walhaji Dr. Yahya AJJ Jammeh, President of the Republic of the Gambia, GMRG FAAICL, has great pleasure to inform the general public that the State House annual Maulid Nabi is slated for tomorrow, Saturday, the 4th of February 2012, from 10 p.m. at the State House grounds. A dispatch from State House invites the general public to the Gamo. Well, time now to take our first break. When we come back, we'll take a look at the international news. Stay tuned in.
Patronage of His Excellency Sir Professor Dr. Alhaji Yaya AJJ Jame, Gamtel Staff Association presents Independence Grand Annual Fundraising Gala Dinner. Dance and show live with the Crown Prince of Mbalakh, Aliwin Bander and the Setsima, Bab Chopet Borom Yuza, Njolatal, the King of Kora, Jalibar Kuyate, and many more young Gambian artists. Friday, the 17th of February, mega gala dinner at the Oceanfront Senegambia Beach Hotel. Corporate tables available, individual $1,000. Saturday, the 18th of February, grand dance at the Independence Stadium, Bacau. Admission $400. And Sunday, the 19th, the Independence Stadium VIP $400. Ordinary tickets $250. All in support of Operation Save a Baby, the President's Empowerment of Girls Education, Royal Victoria Teaching Hospital, Gamtel Staff Endowment Fund. For bookings and inquiries, dial 9986-414, 9986-188, 9971-124, or 9966-461. Officially sponsored by Gamtel and Gamcel Yai Baron.
Welcome back. Senegalese President Abdoulaye Wade has promised that the fast approaching campaign for the presidential election will be peaceful. The assurances come on the back of recent confrontations between security forces and people opposed to President Wade's third-term bid. Riots broke out in Dakar and other places soon after the Constitutional Council ruled that the 85-year-old president can seek re-election. We have more in this report.
A ceremony to inaugurate a car inspection center in Dakar, Senegal, was turned into an impromptu press conference with President Abdoulaye Wade and journalists. President Wade pledged to uphold law and order during the electoral campaign, which will begin in 2 days. I am responsible for the order and security of citizens in this country, and I have the means to assure order and security, and that will be the case during the electoral campaign until the results of the elections are announced. No one can say anything to the contrary. The Senegalese president took advantage to react to comments by some Western leaders who said they would like there to be a generational change in leaders in the upcoming elections. It's a deputy U.S. Secretary of State who spoke. This man is only a deputy state secretary. I'm not going to respond to him. If Mr. Sarkozy speaks, I will answer him. But for the moment, the answer given by my ministers will suffice. The comments by the Senegalese president occurred at the same time as the opposition staged a day of prayer in the memory of victims of the latest violence. This gathering is taking place in the center of the city, close to the presidential palace.
Authorities in Mali are going through challenging moments. This after the Malian army declared that it was ill-prepared to face Tuareg rebels bent on destabilizing the country. Malian activists are not taking the matter lightly. They're accusing the army of reneging on their promise to tackle the rebels. Let's look at this report for more on that.
A lot of anger in Mali these days as rumors spread that the Malian army is badly prepared to face the rebels, that this is why many of them are losing their lives on the battlefield. The rebels are cutting our children's throats, says this demonstrator. He accuses the Malian head of state of making the rebels' task easier by sending them ammunition. President Amadou Toumani Touré tries to calm things down. On Thursday, he received a delegation of wives of soldiers who are on the front lines. He told the women that he would do everything he could to increase the army's capacity to defeat the Tuareg rebels. We want our children to have the weapons and the ammunition to fight. We don't want them to be hungry or thirsty, that's all. If all this is taken care of, then death can come. Only God can decide that. The collective of communities from northern Mali is worried about the course of events. It's launching a call for talks between the warring parties. For the time being, we're asking them to engage in dialogue. We want not only the government, but also those who started the hostilities. The Malian capital was calm on Friday. Many Tuaregs living in Bamako are taking their cars and fleeing the city, but others refuse to give in. A call for peace and calm was issued in all the mosques on Friday.
And before we go, a reminder of the headlines. The